Hi, this is part 2 of Murdo, South Dakota. As many of you may or may not know, I'm having to chop my videos up into more than one part, especially the bigger ones that are like 30 minutes, 35 minutes. This one was longer, 35 minutes, and I'm having no choice but to chop my videos up, especially since I did a software update on my phone, and since then I've been having a lot of problems. Anyway, if I chop it down and I cut it down to about 15 minutes or 20 at the most, I'm not having too much trouble uploading it. But if I do more than that, it will just restart, and I just can't get it uploaded. Anyway, just wanted to update. I know some may or may not have watched some of my previous videos. Anyway, if you haven't, that's the reason. It kind of picks up weird. Anyway, on to the video. Okay, and then of course, down here are the big RVs that I was talking about. You can see them from up here. That one right there I'm looking at, I think that's a fifth wheel. Anyway, here we go. I'm gonna stop and take some pictures now. This is really cool. And of course, here's the front of this old GMC. And the front says Saggy B, whatever that is supposed to be. Okay, here's the old yellow GMC that I was talking about. Here's the side view. And of course the back side. It says it's a Suburban. Oh wow, that's an old GMC Suburban. Wow. Wow is all I gotta say. And of course, now I'm standing out at the sidewalk, or on the sidewalk, taking a little more video. I took a couple more pictures of that old GMC. They call it a GMC Suburban, not a Chevy Suburban. Okay. And then across the street is somebody with another old, wow. Yeah, not good. Something else that's old. Okay. Now I'm gonna walk, oh well, a little bit farther. Oh, and in front of the Sioux Motel is an old, it's not an old T-Bird, it's a newer T-Bird, but you don't see those around very much. At least I don't. And here's I want to say this is a tractor, but I'm not sure. So some kind of farm equipment. And then across the street, let's see if I can zoom in and get a better look. Yep, there's the old T-Bird. Or not an old T-Bird, new enough T-Bird. But this, I like. I'm going to stop and take a photograph of that. And here is the Rusty Spur Old West Saloon Steakhouse. If I liked steak or eat steak, this would probably be an excellent place to eat. But I don't eat steak. Okay, I'm going to turn around and head back to my car. I'm not that far, just little ways around the corner from it, and then I'll probably come to the downtown area and just I don't know, grab a few photos, a little video of that, and then I'll hit the road. Okay, this is Business Loop 90 and the Pioneer Auto Show, the American Inn, the Sioux Motel, they're all right here on Business Loop 90. I walk around the corner up here and right across the street from the Pilot's where I'm parked. I moved from the Pilot because there was a guy pulled in next to me in a big, I don't know, huge SUV, like a Suburban or something, or Tahoe or something really big, and he was so close he could barely get out of his truck. And I just decided that no, I'm not gonna. Well, I was gonna sit there and eat my snack and then come across the street, but I definitely wasn't gonna leave my car parked in the Pilot. And I'm kind of glad, and I said this earlier, I'm glad that I stayed at the Sinclair last night rather than Pilot. I also know that last night I was also thinking about getting a motel, and I pulled into the Sinclair because I needed to get something, a snack, and I pulled my videos together, and by the time I did all that, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I pulled in late anyway. By the time I got to Presho last night, Presho, South Dakota, and the Sinclair, where I stopped to get, because I figured it was not a bad place. I figured it'd probably have something that I could eat, you know, sandwiches, that kind of thing, and it did. It had they had really good sandwiches in there. Anyway, so I, of course, and I didn't pull in there till, I don't even know what time it was. It was way after dark. I want to say maybe 11. It's probably close to 11. And then I figured, okay, I'll pull my videos together. Well, it was 11 o'clock. So there were no motels there. There weren't any right there. None that I know of, but I mean, there was nothing right there, just a Sinclair. And then it was 11 o'clock, and I figured, when I stopped to get a motel, and that was my intent yesterday, because I did not feel good yesterday. I actually felt worse the night before, but there was really no place to stay really in Valentine, Nebraska. I'm sure they had motels, but I'm sure they did. I just didn't really. I'm not a fan of. It sounds crazy, but I'm not a fan really, or never have been, of no-name motels either. I generally stay at Comfort Inn or Days Inn or the Hampton or, you know, Holiday Inn, one of those. And I guess I'm just, I don't know, spoiled in that respect. But anyway, you know, when I do stay at a motel, anyway, so it was the night before last. I was actually sicker, but by the time it was late. It was by the time I got back and got out of the bathroom, which took me a little bit of time. It was because, as I said before, I was sick. It was late. And I don't remember what time, probably 11 or something, I don't know. I was very tired. I was just weak. I was very tired, very weak, and I really did not want, I just was weak and tired. So I went to sleep. Last night, took me longer. Well, I didn't get there till like 11, maybe, or something like that. And it was just, by that point, you know, it's just too late to go in. I'm not going to go into a motel at 11 o'clock. That's just not my, you know, I don't want to do that. 11 o'clock is like too late, because, you know, you're paying for a full night. And if I'm going to go to a motel, I want to get there by about 6, and a lot of times I don't. So that's a lot of reason. A lot of times I end up just pulling into a truck stop or someplace and stopping for the night, and it also depends on how tired I am. So, and anyway, I'm back over here across the street from the Pilot, and I'm going to head back to my car, and I'm not sure if this will be the end of the video or not. When I get to my car and I see how long the video is, I will see. Anyway, there's the Pilot, and there's a Country Mart right across the street, and this is the Murdo exit on I-90. So clearly it's already getting later. It's probably after 6 o'clock now. Got a very late start again today. I still didn't feel I did not feel that good today either. So, but I was able to eat a little more food. I ate some crackers and a granola bar. Still have not eaten my banana. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna get in my car, and depending on the length of the video, I'll either end it or keep going. So I'll either see you guys later in this video or the next video. Okay, I guess this is the site of the Covered Wagon Cafe as well. I noticed when I come in here that it was, well, by the time I got out of the car, it was already closed. Now I am concluding the video. I am going to my next video. My next video is downtown Murdo, South Dakota. Like I said, I walked around. I ultimately decided not to pay the 13 bucks entrance fee, not for only an hour or hour and a half. I just did not feel like that was long enough to be able to walk around 42 buildings and look at everything. There's a lot of stuff, cars, glassware, all kinds of stuff. And an hour and a half, I just didn't feel like I would be getting my money's worth to be able to do that. Plus, when I do a lot of pictures and a lot of video, I was only charged up to 80%. And when I do a lot of pictures and a lot of video, sometimes it drops. So it's definitely, it would be, I would much rather come back early in the day, either late morning, early evening. And then if for whatever reason I have to, come back to the car to charge my phone or whatever, I can do that. And then go back in and, and continue to explore and do pictures and video. And the man told me I could take all the pictures I wanted. Anyway, I did take some pictures of the outside, did some video of the outside, but not. Anyway, as I said, my next video, and I said this at the beginning of the video as well, because I'd already, I've already done the video. Anyway, my next video is downtown Murdo, South Dakota, and then I'm going to hit the interstate and head toward Julesburg, Colorado. There was a sign out there on the interstate. I did not quite catch it all. I think that the road is closed, turns to dirt or something. Said find an alternative route. Not sure how that's going to work out. So I'll have to see. And if it turns out to be dirt, or I can't do it on I-90, then I may have to, because I don't know if it was I-90 or it was some other route. Anyway, if that's the case, then I will probably just get off the interstate, do a little exploring, and then just go back to the same place I was last night, because I do not want to, I don't want to be pushing the time limit like I did last night. Last night, I was driving. I opted not to go back to Valentine, Nebraska, because I just did not want to stay another night at the Phillips 66. I did not feel, I'd been there a while. I was not feeling very well. I didn't like it. It was it's extremely hot in Nebraska, and I looked at the weather today, and it appears to be hotter in Nebraska than it is here in South Dakota. So ultimately, and I had no choice. U.S. Highway 83 was blocked, and I had to find another route. I took 44, South Dakota 44 to U.S. Highway 183, and came into Presho instead. And I'm glad I did, because I ended up getting off right there at and went to the Sinclair. So a couple exits up from there. Anyway, so I'm really glad I did, because I like the Sinclair, and I've already been to this Pilot. I don't like it as well. It's kind of crowded. I mean, today when I got up, or a little bit later in the day, Sinclair was busy too, but it has a very, very large parking lot, a lot of truck parking, a lot of just a lot of parking. It has way more. So, and a very nice store. I mean, it's actually way nicer than a Pilot truck. It is a truck stop, and it is much nicer than Pilot. It's got a coffee place in there. It's got, I think, a restaurant. It's got 2 huge sets of restrooms. It's a nice store. Very nice. Like I think I said last night, 3 refrigerated sections with sandwiches and snacks and fruit and yogurt and things of that nature. So, and that's one of the reasons I stopped at it. I wanted to see if I could find a sandwich or find something. Ultimately I'm glad I did. Anyway, so again, my next video is going to be downtown Murdo, South Dakota, and then heading on to Julesburg, Colorado, and that's going to be a whole other video. I hope everyone has a good week. God bless. Peace. Okay, I am at my last stop of the night, a truck stop, and I'm going to conclude this video. I am very, very tired. I need to run inside the truck stop, get something to drink, maybe find a sandwich. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to do that. I just had one last night. Anyway, not really hip on that. But anyway, I'm going to conclude this video. I'm very tired. I'm in Rapid City, South Dakota, and my next stop is going to be the Black Hills. I've changed up my itinerary a bit. The next stop is going to be the Black Hills of South Dakota, then the Badlands National Park, and there's 2 things in between I'm not sure about. One is 1880 Town. The other is the Pioneer Auto Place. I don't know about that. Those 2. Anyway, then Gold Rush Byway, Deadwood, Wild Bill Hickok's burial site, then Fort Yates, North Dakota, Sitting Bull's Monument and Grave Site, the Native American Scenic Byway. Then after that, I'm not sure. But anyway, so I got about 6 or 7 things lined up. Anyway, I'm very tired. And like I said, I'm at my last stop. Everything's all ready. I just need to get something to eat and watch maybe 1 hour of TV and then go to sleep. So I hope everyone has a good week. It's like a Thursday. I hope everyone has a good week. God bless. Peace. And this is the conclusion of this video. Like I said earlier, I'm having to cut my videos into more than one part. Anyway, I'm at my last stop of the night. I'm hungry. Anyway, so I'm going to get going. I hope everyone has a good week. God bless. Peace.